he is somebody that has really become one of the superstars of this league.
Draisaitl! Draisaitl's second of the night.
Is he maybe the game's best passer?
The power play prowess continues. For Draisaitl. A chance they score. It's Leon Draisaitl. Leon stuck with it and gets it.
I don't know what else to say other than that this is just pure domination.
Shoots, scores! Make it 4!
Here we go. It's Made for Postseason, presented by Warrior. And the Leon Draisaitl goal-scoring experience to this point has been otherworldly. He has 11 goals. He's played one game in the second round. Last year, the top goal scorer in the playoffs was Nathan MacKinnon. He played 4 rounds. His team won the cup, and he had 13 goals. 13. Leon has 11 already. He's a force of nature. Johnny, Reader at the big board. Please help us understand why.
So clearly I have some very valuable stuff in my hands.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Leon Draisaitl's actual stick here in studio, and it is very unique for a very unique player. First of all, give a couple examples. If we take a look at just the paddle of the blade, it is very, very big. It's a paddle. Okay, let me get a regular size blade up against it. Get a sense of how much longer this blade is. Check out the toe there. That's 1.5 inches, 2 inches longer. It is extraordinarily different how much longer this blade is than a normal blade. And then the other part about every player today uses these big curves. Check out the curve on this stick. It is almost straight. Look at the blade, the curve on it. It is almost straight. That's an old school Crosby-esque kind of curve. So why does this work so well for Leon Draisaitl with his unique skills? Well, we'll take a look at it because we know he plays in the middle, Reader. So
that's less curve, helps on the backhand, move the puck both ways.
And you need a particular kind of game to play with this kind of stick. So take a look at a few different things that Leon Draisaitl does with this twig that's so masterful, starting in the face-off circle. Now, the first idea is that if you have a blade this long, like the idea that you can make contact on the puck is greater. You just have a greater surface area. So this is going up against Kopitar. You know, you see what he's doing. Here's the old boat oar right there that he's going under. We roll forward through. Just go watch how he's able to tie him up and dig it through. What I find impressive with him on the faceoff, Reader, is that he is strong enough that he can still hold the strength on the toe of his blade while he's fighting off. Because this blade might move, or it's just harder the further it away from your hands. And to win these battles with Danault and Kopitar tells you about the strength and the stiffness of the blade.
Yeah, and you come down on a face-off, and you come down hard on a face-off, as he does. If you come down hard, you've got more area. So if my stick slides up, he's got, and the lie of the stick gives it more area on the ice to be able to pull the pucks back, which is a huge help. Right. I mean, you may not want to get in and finesse it. You're literally muscling out and pulling the extra bit of blade through the face-off.
I'm impressed too. When he goes down, I go down for face-off. We're both digging in. If I battle into, and mine, I would expect this blade so long that eventually the blade would turn, like it would bend, because it's just too long.
And you're going to lose leverage.
I would lose leverage and the flex of the
Absolutely.
blade, but it's so stiff and he's so strong. That's not a problem. He's able to work right through, hold the strength on his blade. The blade holds the firmness, and he wins his fair share of draws. So that's priority number one. You want to start with the puck when you're with Leon Draisaitl. Face-offs, this monster twig works there. But that's not what he's known for. The way he's scoring goals right now, he is living with the one-timer, the low circle one-timer. It's his bread and butter. He's not Ovi. It's a different kind of shot. But again, people say, well, why would you ever not have a really long blade? At some point, there's a point of diminishing returns. If it gets too big, it's hard to find the sweet spot about where you want to release the puck from because it's just so big.
And you're almost, you get it too far to the end, you're almost flicking it.
Yes.
Which you don't want to do.
Except when you watch him shoot the puck, he's got a little flick to it because he's got to adjust to this massive blade. Take a look at some of his one-timer goals here and how he's able to lean on this. Now, he really does get down on one knee. Here he is down here. He lives here. This is the Draisaitl area where he goes to work. We'll roll it through. And he likes dropping to one knee to try to get as much leverage as he can. Again, but he doesn't take big windups.
No.
Doesn't get it all the way up in the air.
Watch how much blade is on the ice.
Yep.
He's starting. You've got almost the whole blade is on the ice. You'll see the blade up top here. It's flat, and he can hit from the heel to the toe on a one-timer, which most players don't.
That's just it. Here's another one. Drop to one. Not a big swing.
Where it starts. It's a flick of the wrist.
It's it. And where it hits in the blade is not the same.
Yes.
Like sometimes it's by the toe, sometimes it's in the middle, and sometimes if he has to, he can even get it on the heel. This one was right in the middle.
It was right, yeah, right in the middle.
The first one we saw, right on the toe. And again, you know, most players, when they are a great shooter, even really good shooters, their pocket of where they can hit the puck is probably 6 inches on their blade. Like that's where they want to have the puck land to shoot. Draisaitl's, however long this thing is, 14 inches. I don't know how long this blade is. It's massive, but he can hit it from way up here, way down here. Again, very, very unique. One of the very best at it. If you were to give...
It's difficult.
If you were to give a lefty, you're a lefty, this stick and say, go shoot with it, you'd have a hard time.
Yeah, well, I'd probably be using the bottom part of it.
Exactly. And the curve...
I wouldn't have the strength. When the puck is at the top of the stick, you lose strength and control.
Yep.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
And that's why I say it's a flick, and it's like you see guys flick it off the end of the stick.
And he gets his hand up so high that the whole blade is on the ice.
Flat.
It's flat, and he's exceptional at it. Obviously, one of the best shooters, one of the best scorers in the league. But the thing he's the best in the entire world at, he's been voted that way by his fellow peers, is passing, specifically passing on his backhand. Now, some common sense thoughts here. The blade's massive, so as a target to receive pucks on your backhand, it's just much bigger. So he can handle pucks, you know, if he can hit him in the heel, hit him in the toe, it doesn't have to be quite as precise. He's going to get a blade on it. But what makes it most impressive, same idea with a shot. If you want to pass the puck forehand or backhand, especially in your backhand, you like to do it from the same sort of spot, which is generally the back half, like the toe half of the blade. So from, you know, the puck will start here, and you'll release it by here. Like that's the area most guys will pass the puck from. What Leon can do with this massive twig is he can pass it anywhere. He can pass it from the toe, pass it on the heel, on his backhand, flat, hard, saucer, whatever he needs.
I always preferred to pass it on the bottom lower part because you've got that's the heavier part. You can feel
closest
the puck
to the shaft.
As the puck works its way up the blade on a pass, you start to lose control and pressure. And the farther up the blade you go, the more chances of you wobbling a pass or flipping a pass that are going to bounce and aren't going to be received clean. And you're playing with Connor McDavid. He likes to have the puck pass clean. Right. That's the interesting part with Leon Draisaitl in the blade is he doesn't lose control of the puck when he uses the top half of the blade. Most players, I play with Adam Oates, who will use the stick about half that.
Yes. One of the best passers of all time.
And one of the best face-off guys out there in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And that's where the strength of the blade is on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's amazing looking at this. Reminds me of the bubble hockey guy.
Left winger that's right. Massive reach. So we'll take a look at a couple of his passes for Leon on the backhand and the way he's able to manipulate the puck. We'll just roll the video forward. And we see him. He's over here. Just kind of the awareness. Obviously, there's the handle about handling it anywhere you want. That big paddle. And then the awareness, little touchback. He can do whatever he wants with it. That's vision and talent. Not necessarily blade specific. That's kind of Draisaitl specific.
Right in the middle of the blade.
Right. But these ones are a little bit more interesting. So here he peels off. That's right from the heel of his stick. Right off the heel of his stick. And look at the pace he can put on this puck. Zip for a one-timer, flat. There's a great look at it. Right from the heel and flat, Reader. Exactly what you talked about. Close to the shaft on the heel. Now watch this one. This is the opposite. Right from the toe. And flat.
Flat as well.
Like
with the same strength. Same accuracy off the toe.
Same pace.
Tough to do.
That's the thing. It doesn't look like it's hard, but it is so difficult to control what you're doing when you're working with a surface area as big as this. But I guess when you've had it your whole life, when you're as talented as he is, and maybe most importantly, as strong as he is to manipulate this blade the way he wants it, it makes him one of the best offensive players in the world, and one of the best playoff performers, Tone, of all time, Leon Draisaitl, using this to light up the league.
Brilliant stuff, guys, and Leon gives you plenty to work with. When we come back, this series, can Leon's Oilers beat the Vegas Golden Knights? That's what we're talking about next.
Made for Postseason is presented by Warrior, equipment that can keep up when the intensity heats up.